Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of our third episode of SnowFool here in City Skylines. But today we're going to continue the expansions, guys, and we're going to try and hopefully work out a plan for our industrial area and get some imports and exports coming in via the shipping routes to hopefully grow the economy to make more money so we can fund future expansions. I know, crazy guys. What a madman right now. But before we jump into it, guys, I have a question I need to ask you right now. What should be the favourable mode of transport in SnowFool? Should it be the buses, the boats, the ferries? That's kind of the same thing, boats and ferries. The metro, trams, monorail? Guys, let me know in the comment section down below, and hopefully we'll start integrating some public transport in the near coming future. But welcome back, guys. If you are enjoying this series, smash that like button down below. If you're already here, make sure you subscribe so you get notified when more episodes do come out. But last episode, right, we kind of extended the highway. We kind of built a plan with the kind of beautiful trees right now to give us some type of a theme going on. We got the key walls in, even though I kind of completely forgot it was meant to be 20. But do you know what? I'm going to be honest with you right now, guys. I've forgotten what this number is. I have a memory like a goldfish right now. We kind of extended and expanded a little bit more. We expanded the park a bit more right now, which now makes more money than ever. All of my profit that I've got a weekly is pretty much down to the park. Without that, we will be bankrupt. So that is a good thing that we've got implemented in right now. Expanding it means you give it a greater range. Placing some schools nearby means more people walk through it. Absolutely amazing. And we started to build some of the road structure too, which is going to be quite funky. So today then, I want to take a look at our industrial area. We've got quite a bit of an industrial demand, but I've kind of just thrown it down for the sake of it being there, not really giving it a second thought to how this area is going to work, how it's going to evolve. Because right now, if I just left it as it is and kind of expanded from it, it will cause some slight issues moving forward that I kind of don't really want. So, I've also thought about the imports and exports too. Now, although I can afford the big boy harbour with the trains, I'm not going to go with this one just yet. I will place this one down, and I'm thinking I'm going to do the normal harbour. Now, reason for it being is I don't really have anywhere for the trains to go right now, so there's no point in me building that one. But I'm going to have the smaller one on this kind of pier area, if that's what you want to call it. And then the larger one with the trains on this one. Now, reason for that is the train line comes in just here. So it'll be a nice transition for the trains to come down in to this harbour, which is going to be so damn perfect. So we'll go with the small one first and eventually expand to the larger one when we can implement a train network for the cargo. So with that said then, we kind of need to build and set this all up, but I got to reconfigure all of this. So it's kind of going to be a slight pain. We're going to end up spending quite a bit of cash money moolah right now. So what I need to do is I need to make a makeshift industrial area somewhere else, which can house my sewage, my garbage, my power, and my snow plow stuff, snow dump, while I kind of reconfigured this area. And I reckon I'm just going to place it down here, which is kind of annoying because, again, eventually I'm going to have to get rid of all of this. But it is what it is, buzz. So we'll go down to, that's where the highway is going to continue running. I reckon we'll just go down to, is that 20 there? Are these set in 10 segments? Because I've been fooled before. Yeah, they're not. Like I said, I've been fooled before. So if I go to a 10 here, now I'll go up to about a 30. And that should be a reasonable amount right there, which I can now pause the game and move everything. So I need to move the sewage. Eventually I'll create like a proper area for all of that. The water I'll also move as well. It's kind of annoying that I'm going to have to do all this, but it is what it is. Because I want this area completely free for me to navigate and utilize it. I've got to move the geothermal power plant right now. We have 2 power plants. We've got, there we go, one just there. And we also have the 2 wind turbines as well. So implement you in just here. We're then going to move the coal power plant, which at the moment, it's not producing, we're not producing adequate enough power, which is a shambles, really. A shambles. So, place you over here. There we go. It costs money to move all this, by the way. It really does. 1,200 to relocate this damn fool. We also have the incineration plant over here, which is it our only mode of garbage right now? I think it might be. I think it could possibly might be our only mode of garbage right now. We have the crematorium, which we now got to move over here as well. Where we burn the trash, we also burn the bodies. And we just got to move our snow dump as well. So I'll place that just here. So that's now all being moved. I'm going to assume that's all my services, right? Yeah, no water, nothing for power-wise. Yeah, all good. Okay, good. I do need to obviously put the water pipes over there. But for now, we're going to get rid of this power line, which currently extends this way. We're going to get obviously to extend now this way. And bring it all the way down to there, and then we'll bring it all the way down to here. So the power will be all reconnected. Just going to get the piping system all up and running. So it shouldn't be too bad. And I'll just run this straight. Actually, no. We'll run down the highway. Right. So as of right now, then, if I press play, the only thing that should now no longer have power and water and all that kind of jazz is, well, still have water, but no longer have power is this industrial area here. So we press play then, which is going to cause some slight issues. Okay, maybe not just yet. Wait, do these guys still have power? No, they don't. Okay, they're about to go kaput. But I'm now going to delete it all. So first things first, though, we're going to get rid of all the zoning. So get rid of all the zoning. And then we're going to get rid of these connecting roads just here. We'll keep that one in. No, actually, we'll get rid of them all. Because I don't want to be influenced by the same road network grid. So press play then. We need to upgrade the 4-lane road first, so upgrade this as this then slowly bends down into this area. This 4-lane road needs to be upgraded right now. That's how these areas are pretty much going to work. And all the 4-lane roads... Oh, hold on, we got more additional zoning right now. All the 4-lane roads are the ones that are going to go either to the highway or go over the highway. Do we have a different style of road here? What road's this? Oh, wait, hold on. What is this road? Have I got like two variations of like 4-lane road here? That is a what 4-lane road is that? Is it this one? No. Huh? Oh, it's that one with no that's got wide sidewalks. This has just got your standard sidewalk, hasn't it? I do like the idea of the wider one. I ain't gonna lie to you, I kind of do like the idea of it. Which you kind of lose it just there, which is fine. But yeah. Chunky. Oh, I just realized you got wider ones down here as well. Okay, that's something that we have to kind of reconfigure. I ain't going to upgrade it right now because it's all expensive. It's all very, very, very expensive. And eventually this road here will also be a 4-lane as well. So let's work with this area then and slowly start to build up a proper, nice little kind of little network of roads right now to build an affluent industrial area. Actually, should we build the cargo thing first? I reckon we should build the cargo thing first. The cargo import-exports. So if I was to do that then, obviously I want to build it around here. Now if I get my 4-lane road, which this one is the one with sidewalk, which we kind of don't need to have sidewalk. But if I bring this down so far to here, keep it to the 4-lane, because the heaviness in traffic. And then we create a little bit of a loop. Where our little kind of harbour will go down. So we want the smaller one. And it can't be connected to the route. How can that not be connected to the route? Right, is this the shipping route? Ship path. Right, if I bring that just into here. Right, we should have no issues with connecting right now. Beautiful. And I'm just going to place that just here. There we go. So what I'll then do, first things first then, is obviously get this to be the same elevation height as my quay wall. That's quite important first. There we go. That means the road is then connected to the bottom. We'll then unhook the road. So unhook it. Bam, there we go. We'll also then... I wouldn't say delete it, but I don't really need to delete it. We'll do that rural road, but we'll do the 2-lane one. And upgrade, flip it that way. We shall then... Now, this is the crazy thing, because we want to bring it right down and go across. So, if I just mimic the same as that style first, that length, that distance there is a 7. So, That's a bit tough. Can I select the road? No, you have to kind of oh no. You kind of oh no. You have to select this. If I push it forward by 2, is that enough then for it to become an 8? Yeah, so we get a sweet little 4x4. So if I go down by a 10, I should be able to do a 4x4. A 4. Okay, that's not gonna play ball, is it, boys? Right, that's not gonna play ball there. Alright, there we go. Oh, the effort we've now got to go to. 4x4. There we go. And for some reason that's kind of slightly... Is it slightly elevated? Or is it the key wall? Is it the key wall that dips down? I think the road might be slightly elevated. But that works out pretty fine anyway. So you obviously have your straightforward in. And then your diagonal going out. But I don't know whether... We should have a node there. I don't know whether to kind of bend this slightly down to bring this slightly in. But you're not really going to get much from that. Because of the bend itself. As soon as you kind of play with it, you lose the fight. What have I just... How far have I just gone? Right, it's kind of annoying, but it'll still work. It will still do exactly what we need it to do. So for some reason, this now is not the same level. So if I quickly do the same thing for this, object height, select the key wall, bam, bam, bam. No issues, no problemos. So this needs water then. So we'll get this now connected. We'll actually kind of do it like this. We'll go down the full length of there. And then we'll just kind of bring it out. Because you never know what else we might potentially build within this vicinity. So you just kind of cover your back on that. And for now, because we have no power, do I just drop down a cheap little wind turbine for now? The answer is yes. Until I can connect up the power a lot smoother. So there we go. That should now be powered. This should now all be up and working wonderful. And we'll get imports and exports coming in and out. We just now have 0 industry in the whole city, which is kind of crazy. So let's get this all up and running. So that is a prominent road coming in, which means these roads here might become quite prominent as well. So I think this is a case of... I'm going to delete all this here. Maybe bulking these roads up as well might be a good idea. So if I was to upgrade these roads, how much are they to upgrade? Actually, they are pretty cheap. I might put a bend on that road as well. Which could then lead to potential roundabouts if the traffic gets quite hairy. And have that connect down. Wrong road. There we go. Just kind of bulks up because this is where we're going to have the majority of the traffic. Obviously, public transport I can alleviate in the residential areas. Here, you can't. It's going to be trucks. I mean, trains. Trains is also a good thing you can add in, but predominantly trucks. So I've got to make sure that we come out a little bit further as well. So if I do implement the roundabout, it's going to be kind of out of there. So an 8. So if I go by a 5, that full length there's a 12. It'll only be a small roundabout. Alright, we're looking at a 3x3 now, aren't we? 3x3. Straight in. Glorious, boys. Glorious. Which gives me all this now freedom to kind of build a beautiful area right now for our industrial. Oh, I'm excited. Right, okay. So let's just start with the industrial, or the rural road. Let's just start with this to begin with. Now, actually 10 by 10. So we're now going to also figure out the lengths of the distances. So if I do an 11, so that there is, so I go by a 11 there. Yeah, there we go. That's your 10. 11 by 11 on your grid format is what I'm trying to say. So 23, take away 11, 12. There we go. Bam, 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 bam. Now, do I want that to connect there? Maybe, but I'm just trying to work with my grids first. to really maximize my spacings. So that there's your 11. I'm just trying to think of where we kind of bend it up. So if I go by a 5 and then this way, no, the 5 might be too much. Let's try that again. Alright, if I go 3, there we go, 3's perfect. Right, delete you. I'm trying to think of the barrier and how far we go. So that's an 11 there. Which will go to there by the 10. Then we're going to get this to kind of come up and then bend into that. So there is a... How far could I take it? I could take it to literally here and it will bend in. And then the same for this. I want it to bend into there. So that is... We'll bring it just to here. Nice! This is going to be pretty sweet, boys. So that becomes a 6 by 6. Nice. And then this here. Although the bend kind of happens there. So 15, 10. We can do a 5. 5 by 6. Oh, that's going to be annoying, isn't it? 4. Wait, hold on. How did that work? Right, if I go by the 9 then. Okay, if I go to where the 10 is, then where it's suggesting a 10. Even though it's not quite a 10. That becomes a 6. Do I argue for 6? I don't think I do. I don't think I should. Now, this connection here, I got two options. I could either bam, bam, bam. I could bend it. Or do I incorporate something with a pass over here? Now, we did say we're going to have other roads passing over. This could be where we have the first one. But will they start to use this more than any other area? Any other road? Well, it depends on how well you do the connections. Now, it doesn't really matter about a connection here. Because there's no junction to kind of stop it doing anything. So we can have a connection there. There's no junction. It's just a straight road. Here we do have a junction. So you might want to place the road connection a little bit further down. So to say. So if I had the connection here on this one. And then maybe came up and had it. I don't really want it on the bend. Is that a little bit too close, you reckon, for a connection? I mean, it could also work out fairly fine. But unless there's one here somewhere. So that 30 there is perfect, but the road bends. But we could get away with that. We can get away with that, and that kind of almost, you know, we can then bring this up to run parallel with another road. Who would have thought building these areas would be, not stressful, but as complex as it is. So if I just do a little 2 there, so I've got my straight format, and then do a 4 by 4 for this to run to here. Now we're running parallel. Now we've got a little parallel system on the go. But obviously we don't run parallel just there. So this is the option I've got. I can either do a overpass like this. Like that there. We should have to elevate slightly up. Which will then stick to a straight connection like this. That in like this. Now I'm thinking. No, I'm not thinking anything. Don't worry, guys. I'm not thinking anything. I think the connection there would be better for the road layout. And I'm trying to make everything intertwine. I don't know if I'm doing too much. If I do a 15 here, I'm trying to think of the possible road flow. Everywhere flows everywhere, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Everywhere flows everywhere. We can kind of end it like that. We need another connection here somewhere. So if that road kind of flows through here, that one can do the same. That one's going to be a little bit too close. And I don't want that junction just there anyway. But this road coming straight down will be our connection there. And I don't think that's too bad. It gives us quite a lot of points of entry into this kind of industrial estate. Leading in, which is pretty sound. We've got a little overpass as well. I could actually kind of implement 2 overpasses. It's kind of allow more freedom of flowing. so the big general roads and junctions don't get overwhelmed too much. And it feels like then a natural extension, doesn't it? Yeah, that feels pretty good. So we're going to have to raise these roads then. I don't know if there's like a node in the middle I can utilize, so just want to raise it until the road... Right, I'm going to put it centered to the highway so you get the little kind of... How high have I got to make this? I mean, I shouldn't have to make it that high. There we go. So you get the little kind of coloured beam. That looks oh, that looks really good, doesn't it? You get it there by default anyway. And then slightly raised up. So that elevates a lot further down. I don't know whether to kind of keep that elevation. How does that look? That's actually quite a good point. Because what I could do then is with the this angling tool, it won't be much of a gradient, but raise it slightly up. There we go. I think I like that. I'm not too sure about this road here now being as it is. What if I deleted this road? Oh, and then did it where this is elevated, and the same thing again from here down to here. It's a lot further, this one. And then we're just going to smoothen the terrain. There we go. Is it enough that you don't notice it, or do I need to raise it up a bit more? That will work. Oh, that flows quite nice. I know, I'm not even going to lie. It means I can bulk the trees up a bit more as well. Right, okay, we're still making money, so it's all good. I haven't really ruined anything too much just yet. Trees. We need the SnowFool brush. So I can now kind of bulk it up, which creates more of a natural sound barrier from the highway to, you know, I mean, it's more for the residential area. Let's be honest, it's more for the residential area. But yeah, we can kind of add a little bit more to this now and make it start to feel like it's, you know, built within a forest in many ways. Right, okay, sweet. And so, does this whole area here then, this is my first industrial area. Does this have all the plumbing needed? Not really. The water network is not the best now, but I'm not going to delete it. There's no need for me to delete it. It still gives us that coverage that we require. And we'll start placing down some industrial areas then. So we'll start with the middle first and then kind of eventually work our way out. We are going to need to give them a bit of power, so we will get that all connected. There we go. Now, how much industry do you reckon they'll need? Do I also back the industry onto the main roads, is the next question. So I can do the obvious ringa roses. You know what I mean? Do you know what we will? We will back it on. I won't do it there. We'll just do it here. We'll keep this free in case we do stick a roundabout on these little junctions. But I'm keeping my options open. Keeping my options open right now. And when it comes down to here, we'll keep it free to a certain extent. There we go. Keep it free to there, so the not turning in when I've got to kind of approach that junction. So that's quite a lot of industrial there. That's a hefty amount of industrial now being thrown in. So that should grow quite nice. We're going to bring this down this way. And then we'll bring this to there and then connect that in. So this is going to really kind of suck up my my electric consumption right now from my production. And this is going to be quite demanding on my grid. So any money I now make is going to have to be put towards expanding my electricity production. So that should now grow and provide the jobs. And we should then start to see a little bit more imports and exports then coming in. So I don't know if we've actually had a ship come in yet. I have no idea. Where's the shipping route anyway? Oh, okay, so it does go all the way down to here. Is that a cargo ship there? Oh, it is. It just looks different because it's got snow on the containers. Well, that's pretty cool, isn't it? It'd be nice to see a ship come in so I know this is working. Are we about to see? Yes, we're about to see it, boys. It might not have a lot of cargo, but it has the cargo we need. Well, that's glorious. So yeah, this will be an issue at some point, which is why we're going to whack a roundabout on it. But then that's when we start to get the larger one up with the train, so that we can then train the goods in and out. Right, this has worked out really well then. So we've now got ourselves a little harbour set up. We've now kind of reconfigured the industrial area, so it's easier for us to now access it and build a city around this grid. It all kind of complements the flow over that we have. And I really like these little bridges. I really like them. It feels very industrialized right now. It really does. So because these flow over like that, we've got to think about a flow over here. Whether I do an underpass or an overpass. Now, at some point, you can probably see that these here are going to be roundabouts as the traffic starts to build up. And I don't really want this to be the only connection to get in here from side to side, apart from going, you know, having to go around the roundabout to get in. So I've done this before, like in the Foolsopolis series that we did. I did like an underpass, which worked out really well. But I'm liking the idea of visually seeing it as an overpass. But I know the overpass has to go a lot higher because the road below it is sunken. Right, let's do two variations. We'll do two variations and I'll let you guys decide in the comment section. Okay, so if I go down by 10 and I do it by the 9 there, and I do the same this side, do it by the 9 and then connect them up. So this is what an underpass looks like, okay? Simple, yet effective. Simple little underpass, looks really good. Got a nice curvature in the tunnels there. Absolutely amazing. Creates an additional way to get from, you know, the road without having to interact with the road. And allows people to walk up it as well, so we take a little bit of the heat off this one. Now my other variation then comes from this. So if I raise this up, now I don't think I need to go to 10. It might be an 8. Well, I go to there. And then straight over. This is then the other variation. Now what do you guys prefer? Do you prefer the underpass? Underpass looks nice. It's clean, it's tidy. Overpass, you can visually see it, so you can kind of get like a better feel for the city. You can, you know, just quickly glance at it and know what's going down right now. But I mean, is that still a little bit too high? If I bring it down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'd say that's about like a 5, 6-ish right now when you come to them lengths. Overpass or underpass? You guys vote in the comment section down below, and that's how we'll then progress everywhere else. But I'll leave those two for now anyway. See what happens, but it really does kind of accentuate the flow of traffic then. Not too bad. Not too bad. Right then, so, as the expansions do continue anyway, we are now starting to get a little bit of a commercial demand. Now, is it time for a bit of high density commercial? I don't think so just yet. So we'll stick to the blue, the light blue. And we'll place some down. Now, where should I throw my next set? I think obviously it would be here. And we'll just keep it to that. That will spend that little bit of demand as well. But it's all about right now trying to bulk up the revenue we got coming in. I don't really want to up the taxes too much just yet. You know what, Jazz? Oh, these don't even have water. My bad. Yeah, I don't really want to up the taxes too much just yet. I need power as well. I want it to be as low as possible to encourage growth. Now we have some power issues and more demands right now. So what would be the obvious route moving forward right now? Again, I don't think it's solar because we have dynamic weather selected, which I've just realized it hasn't snowed yet. Because you have dynamic weather selected, solar panels kind of go in and out when dynamic weather is on. If you don't have it on, it stays the same production rate, which would add a little bit of a challenge to it. They're 80 grand. and they are 1,200 in the upkeep. A geothermal plant is a little bit less in upkeep. It doesn't produce as much, but I mean, do I really want to have a bunch of geothermal plants? I mean, at some point we'll probably end up getting nuclear power. That's expensive. And we also have the oil plant, but you gotta wait for deliveries and stuff like that. So, oh, what about the solar updraft tower? It's very expensive, but it does provide a lot of power output. So when you equate to upkeep versus power output, the solar updraft is a lot better than the geothermal plant. Solar power is probably better, like upkeep to output. Wait, is it double? It could also be double, couldn't it? No, do you know what? The solar updraft is probably the best one. The best one I can afford right now. You know, without everything else. So, 90 grand. It's expensive, guys. It's seriously expensive right now. But this could be something. We've got the money to spend on it to do it. This could be something that could make us some serious progression moving forward. So, it has the water right now. Are those like solar panels? I think they are, aren't they? Yeah. But that will provide a lot of power for quite some time to come. So that's pretty sweet. I'll be happy with that. I'll be happy with that. So now we spent that commercial demand. Now we got the power all sucked up. You are now starting to see more demands now starting to grow. We got a little bit of a garbage issue going on right now. So I'm going to take it my garbage is slightly slacking. It is. And we currently have an incineration plant because obviously it produces a little bit of power. And it gets rid of the trash as well. So our current processing capacity is 48,000. We're up to like 415 almost. So is it a case where we now need to start thinking of maybe recycling? That's 24,000 capacity. A large one is 72,000. No power output, but it also produces no pollution. But it's also 100,000. Oh, it's so much better to get incineration plants right now over recycling. So if I might as well just get 2 of these. Get 2 of those puppies right now, which gives us more than enough capacity right now. It's not the best option at this moment in time, but at the same time, it is the best option at this moment in time. You cannot win, can you, boys? You cannot win. So trees do slightly die around all this pollution, and it is what it is at this moment in time. We'll try and place down a couple of trees, but, you know, ultimately they are going to end up dying with the pollution. But we just got to try and keep within the theme of the city, boys. Add a little bit of scenery here and there. Shows us where we're going wrong in life then at that point, doesn't it? It really does. Right, that's pretty sweet then. So now it's starting to get a little bit more residential, man. We can then kind of start thinking about some additional future expansions. So cargo coming in is perfect. Quite happy about that. Let's start to kind of bulk up this area a bit more as well. Now we've got our connection there, which we don't really have another connection. Now this is another point as well. Whatever we choose, underpass or overpass, we also then have to equate for going this direction as well with my underpass and overpass. So I can do the same. So we can have like an underpass or overpass, whatever it is, above the roundabout. So you got multiple ways and directions in which you can kind of get to certain areas. Right, a 30 there, straight across. And I think we might change up the order here. So that distance there is a 38. So what do you reckon's in the middle? 20, 19's in the middle, isn't it? So 19 that way, 19 that way, and that becomes our connection in. So what I could do is then run down this way. We get the... It's the inner section here that we kind of miss out on the grid. There we go. And again, it's still very, very gritty, don't get me wrong. But once we got more overpassing and underpasses, it all kind of complements one another and all together. And I think this is probably as much as the grid will go running this area, then it starts to kind of wind out like it does over here. So that's what I keep telling myself anyway. That's what I keep telling myself. So he does have all the power anyway. And I reckon we go, even though we've got a bit of high density there, probably have some high density here. Do I transition out of the high density here or keep the low density? I think we'll keep the low density for now. But what we will do is throw down some commercial just there. Oh, what happened here? Yo, what happened there? Is it the ground that's doing that? Well, that's weird, isn't it? I'm not sure what's going on with that little section. That's very weird. But now, as we build around here, we're putting more emphasis now on potentially using this junction as well for the highway. Right, things are rapidly improving and rapidly growing. So we've got to, you know, not go too crazy, because we then start to miss out on spaces and areas where we want to put more parks in. Now, we've got this park here, which does a fantastic job of earning revenue. Might start thinking about building a park over here, so then residents have to walk through it to potentially get to work. That's a big money maker as well. That would potentially be another big money maker. So now as it all continues to grow, can we just re-evaluate where we're running our power lines at this moment? So if I push these all the way up to there, delete all of this. So it all now still connects. And that little additional commercial growth that we've got, we'll now spend it just here. And I know I'm putting it all on the big main roads, but hopefully with our underpasses, overpasses, roundabouts, the traffic will flow wonderfully. And we still haven't even implemented any public transport yet as well, so that's going to be an interesting one. That really is. So the industrial area now is all pretty much set up, and that then kind of sets us up for how we're going to build all the other areas, which is pretty cool to see. We have a little bit more growth going on. I'm going to build another park here as that progresses through. I think that will be quite a unique and handy thing to do. And then we start to go more high density around these areas as it builds up. I want to get this set up as well. That's going to be really cool to do as well. I'm quite excited about that. But yeah, guys, next episode, I think we should look towards adding in some, or implementing some public transport. What it may be, I do not know at this moment in time. I do not know. We need some more water, so let's spend more cash right now on another water pump. And we do eventually need to start building facilities for this stuff. I need to build a water treatment plant, a garbage processing plant. I need to build a snow dump plant, which it hasn't snowed today. I've just realized, is this the first episode where we see 0 snow in SnowFool? Oh, damn. It might be summer. It might be summer right now. And also need a power plant area too, so all this stuff will eventually get added on. You can see him now utilizing this junction a little bit more as well, which is good to see. So big progressions, big boosts, and hopefully big bonuses in our money as we continue. There seems to be lots of boats right now skedoodling around. We've got to build a passenger harbour as well at some point. But I think this is going to be a great start. Only small little improvements here, because obviously I don't want to spend too much right now, because I'm very, very limited to money. We've got to establish the foundations to progress. So until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.